Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We're just about to get underway. The first match and first session of the Players Pool Series Grand Final. So I'm Matt Briley, and I'm joined in the commentary by Phil O'Donnell. Morning, Phil.
Hi there. My first ever commentary, so go easy on me. Wasn't expecting this.
Oh, you got a good game for it anyway, with it being Rob Chilton. Cool. Not seen much of Gareth Higgins. I mean, I've heard he's a good player, and I know he won a money match last week, I think it was, against Kian Monaghan.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, I think it was.
Oh, I watched that. Is that the one that went to a decider?
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
15 grand decider.
Yeah, like I say, I've not really seen much of him, and I just noticed that one last week. So
that was one where the stream went off in the decider, wasn't it?
Did it?
Yeah, it went. Well, I was watching it.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah, I'd watched it all the way through, and JJ said the stream's going off in 10 minutes. Yeah. 5 minutes later.
Oh, they hit the limit.
Yeah,
because you have like a certain number of hours, don't you, that you can stream for.
Yeah. Everyone was devastated.
You'd have thought maybe they might have stopped it like a couple of frames before or something.
Apparently he loaded it up and played it on his phone, but I didn't miss that bit.
Yeah, if you've got a bit of money riding on it, you want to see what happens at the end, don't you?
He seems to be improving a lot, Kian.
Yeah, he's definitely coming on.
I can't believe he's only 16.
Exactly, that's it. I mean, he's so young, and easily bounced back from that one. And to be honest, knowing Kian, he's probably already played another money game. He's playing them left, right, and centre. I think it's ridiculous. Have you seen much of Rob Chilton before?
I've just saw him last night a little bit, and he's got a really small queue, hasn't
he? Yeah, it's tiny.
Yeah. Oh, but this is. I watched this guy against Kian the other day. He struggled a bit, but what odds is Rob Chilton in this?
I think Rob's somewhere around 1-4, and Gareth Higgins somewhere around 5-2 or something like that, 7-2.
So he's got quite an unconventional queuing action, Rob.
Yeah, it's unusual with, like I said, with having such a small queue, and then he kind of runs around the table a little bit, and he's very, very quick when he gets down. And,
should be good.
He's a quality player from sort of back in the day when when they were all playing the likes of obviously Potts, Hill, etc. all on the same tour.
Brilliant.
It's a bit Rob to break. What do you think of the tables last night? You had a bit of a knock on them, didn't you?
Yeah, really good. Just I played on table 3. That was beautiful.
Who was that you was playing on there?
Against Mellin in the flyer.
Right.
And I think he dished off every break, but it was I lost 6-1, but at least I won 1. But yeah, the tables are really nice. They're so fast though. They're a lot faster than you think for a nap. The pockets aren't as big as. Well, because when I was watching it in the last event, I thought the pockets were huge. Yeah, but they're not.
They can be deceptive, can't they?
Yeah.
With them being a new cloth, they do sometimes slide in when you don't expect them to, but then you also get some that are closer that you think, oh, it's bound to tear deep, and it just rattles them. So they're not quite as big as people seem to think.
No, they're just normal, really. I thought they'd be like bucket bags. After what I've seen on the stream.
Well, we've got the new rules to think of now as well, haven't we? So. It's probably when it catches out. There's still a couple of rules that I'm not 100% on myself, to be honest, which isn't ideal since I'm going to be playing in it later.
I know that you can't, say you can't plant a yellow onto a red when it's open table. If you do, then it just passes play to your opponent. So you can't plant a yellow onto a red to.
Yeah, you certainly couldn't, like you said, play that plant up at the top, but you could, I'm thinking you could play this, go into it, and you're still okay if you pot the red, because you've gone for the yellow.
Still open.
Yeah.
So you could technically get down to the black with open table. If you did it that way.
No, I think you'd actually be on it. So I think my understanding of it anyway, but I'll probably end up getting corrected, is that because he's gone for that yellow, he's on yellows then, assuming he pots it.
Yeah.
But if he'd have potted the red, it wouldn't have mattered because he's deliberately gone for that yellow first up. You have to go for a ball he can to keep it as an open table.
I'm not sure about that one.
Yeah, well, it's definitely that, but the only thing I'm wondering is if you pot the red, is it pass over or is it? And I don't believe it is. So I think it's you're okay with it.
I'll have to double check that one.
Yeah. Yeah, you're used to playing the rules from the game
on
like
the phone.
Yeah, no mini Liverpool.
No, it was Sean Mellon who said to me that it'd still be open table if you potted both in one shot last night.
I don't think it is, but it'd certainly be worth checking that one.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I don't want to get caught out with that later on.
Yeah, you can't even do the skill shot on the black, can you? You know, say you had just your red and the black left, and
the
black was over the bag.
Ball that you're going for. Yeah.
You can't play the red and try and pot them both in one shot.
No, the black's got to be potted in its own shot effectively. So you can play a skill shot on the black, but you can't use your last ball and the black in the same shot. I think he's missed this one here.
Early nerves.
Yeah, he's left Rob a nice chance, actually. They all go, he's just got to keep hold of his white here, really, hasn't they? Nice shot, perfect. Just that one positional shot makes it look like a fairly straightforward finish now for Rob.
What millitip would you say that is? What he's using? It's not an 8. It's less than an 8.
Yeah, maybe 7.5 or something. Andrew won in the fly last night, because as we left, it was Rob and Mellon, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Down goes the black, and no messing about there from Rob Chilton.
Yep. Took him out as easy as you'd expect him.
Yeah, he doesn't really mess about, does he? He just
good game to commentate.
Yeah, he sees the finish and he's just straight down on it, and he doesn't waste any time. Bad break from Gareth there, but a bit of work to do here.
What would you go for? I wouldn't know where to start.
Yeah, I think he's forced to go for yellows, really, isn't he? I don't think
he's really, the right middle.
Yeah, I don't think he's not really got
could play it into the top right and
exactly, and open that ball, but he's not really got a red to go at as such as he. If they'd have been slightly split on the bottom rail, they'd have been reds all day long, wouldn't they? But then with these rules, there's no nomination as such, so you have to pop the ball to be on it. So it's not like world rules where you could just potentially drop something over a pocket. But I mean, these yellows look extremely tough, don't they?
Yeah. Playing a bit of safety.
Yeah, that's the best option here. Oh, but he's not thought about that one. It's a bit of a slightly unfortunate double kiss, but maybe he didn't really wear the shot up as he could have done.
Now we can put the white anywhere on the table.
Yeah.
That's where it differs. If you're going off the break though, as long as you're going off and not off the table, then you have to put the white behind the line, don't you?
Yes, yeah.
And it's still only one shot.
Yeah, yeah. There's no such thing as 2 shots in these rules, no free shot or anything like that. So it definitely makes it a little bit tougher to clear up. Yeah, I don't think it's a bad idea that from Rob. He didn't fancy the clearance there because he had the tricky ball up at the top and then the 2 down at the bottom.
Do you think these rules are going to be more attacking?
They should be, definitely. Yeah, to be honest, I've played them a couple of times. I came down for a comp here probably about 3 weeks ago, something like that, and then obviously just had a go in the fly last night, and they certainly seem more attacking, and you get punished a lot more if you fall over on a clearance in these rules. You know, with other rules, you still have a way of kind of turning the game back round to be in your favour, even if you've got less balls on.
Yeah.
Whereas these rules, you seem to struggle to do that. You know, if you go for your clearance and you don't get it, you're generally getting punished.
So you think the better player has a better chance in these rules than in other rules?
Yeah, I guess arguably so. Maybe the one who's better at clearing up, as it were. You know, maybe it takes the sort of the tactical element out of it to some degree.
So Mellon might have a better chance in this then.
Yeah, arguably, because he'll understand the rules a lot better than most, won't he, with them being very similar to Chinese pool.
I like the deliberate foul rule.
Yeah, you mean where you can, it's sort of like a tactical type foul, where you can basically clip off your own ball or just hit your own ball, pot theirs, and it's just pass over a visit.
Yeah, so you can leave them snookered.
Yeah.
And they can't pick the white up.
Yeah. Yeah,
see a lot of that this weekend.
Yeah, I think we will do, definitely. Yeah, having a pocket covered isn't really a big advantage at these rules compared to how it is at other rules.
Yeah.
You can walk away from the table thinking that you're in quite a good position, and you come back and you've got no chance of winning the frame, really, because they've played some kind of clever shot where they pot yours and leave you with nothing on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see sort of who adapts to them the best, really. You know, with it being the grand final and the most money on offer and what have you, it's a different one, isn't it, really?
£50,000.
Yeah. Some amount of money somebody's going to be walking home with on Sunday.
Don't think they'll be walking.
Well, he tried, didn't he? He wanted to pay all of his prizes out in cash this year, and you're talking some big money there, because he used to do that up until last year, and then
it's too dangerous.
Yeah, I think he was advised against that one. You know, having sort of 51 grand there.
There'd be a white transit van waiting around the corner for you.
I think it would have been a bad idea, that one.
More banded.
But he was doing it up until like last year when he was paying some of them like £13,000 was the top prize, and one of them he was paying it out in cash. But now it's all bank transfer, a bit more sensible.
Yeah.
Get one of those dodgy big checks or something like that instead.
yeah, definitely.
Get your picture with that.
Well, especially when it's high profile as well.
Yeah. It's everybody kind of knows about it, don't they?
It's
really?
like telling people on Facebook when you're going on holiday.
Yeah. But then again, you see that with some of these cash games, don't you? You know, where you're playing massive cash games, and people know that it's all for cash that's actually there rather than bank transfer, which is very dodgy. There's been the odd instance, hasn't there, where somebody's had the money taken from them. I thought he was going to have a look at going for them then. He had half a chance, but it's not a bad shot he's played. He's opened up his balls. He did have one tricky ball that he'd had to have got into. He obviously didn't fancy it, and played quite a nice safety shot. It's not the best of shots, that, from Rob.
What's his first ball there, then?
It'd be the yellow that he's fairly close to the top right.
So losing those if he gets this.
Oh, well, I mean,
that's He's still nervous, isn't he? You can tell.
Yeah. Like we're saying about having pockets covered, although at any other rules this would look like a great position. At these rules, you never know if you can just pull out a bit of a shot where you get rid of one of those and leave him snookered.
Could do.
But
this is difficult.
It's tricky.
It's definitely a second favourite for this frame. He'll do well to lose this. Gareth.
I think he's tried doing that, but I don't think he's covered that one on the back rail.
Good effort though. Even if he is, he can probably hit it off the rail first.
Yeah.
Just hope he doesn't snook himself on the middle yellow.
Looks like he's played that perfect.
Close.
We can just drop this in.
We're just coming down another inch.
He'll take it into the right middle then after
that.
Yeah, it's just
very nice.
Played it well. Yeah, I thought the better option for Rob then would have just been to put the red over the top of the yellow, you know, rather than actually potting it.
Okay.
So that he could play that shot where you basically pot their ball and snooker him next or further down the line, really. You know, just to sort of contain him.
Yeah, contain a safe shot.
Yeah. I'm guessing as well that these are a little bit like black ball in the fact that you'd be able to have a re-rack because you're not allowed to play a deliberate foul at these rules. So I assume if you had a ball that was completely covered and you couldn't possibly get through to it, then it must end in a re-rack. Yeah, whereas at World Rules you'd carry on because obviously you're allowed to do a deliberate foul.
Have to double check that one as well, won't you?
Yeah, yeah. Can you imagine playing for that kind of position and then all of a sudden you've just got to play a foul? That would be ideal. That's a good break.
Yeah, he has a different breaking cue, doesn't he?
Yeah, God, he couldn't break with his cue, could you imagine that?
Snap.
Yeah. Definitely not designed for breaking that one.
Still don't look like a massive breaking cue though.
Yeah.
My dry break better with my 8.5mm tip than I do with my snooker cue.
I tend to find on these cloths that the best break is when you're really screwing the white back, quick like Rob did, you know, to the back rail. I was sort of like looking around watching a few last night, and everybody was sort of like stunning it and smacking it. They were splitting them beautiful, but they weren't tending to get balls, whereas all the ones where they were just screwing them straight back to that back rail, they just seem to fly open on these tables.
Yeah, I noticed that. Well, yeah, the cloths are beautiful, really nice.
Yeah, yeah, they do play very, very nice. They're very reactive, very quick.
Takes some getting used to if you've never played on them before, anyway. It's like playing on a speed cloth, but with nap.
Yeah, it's when you're doing like your little screw back shots and things like that, they can catch you out a little bit because of how much they react.
It's nice.
Yeah, looks like he's got a bit of angle there to go into him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Perfect.
What Rob would have wanted really to dish up here after that last frame, because really he had chances in that last frame. It was it's a bit of a safety battle, but he could have got himself into it and never quite did.
Could have been a bit easier.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be too worried about that, will he? doesn't miss many pots, so I don't think he'd be overly bothered about
I can't believe I've never seen him play. I've heard of him definitely, but I've never seen him play before. Like, this comp's brought so many players into the limelight, hasn't it? That you've never heard of before. Like, I mean,
strange to see so many big players in one event. Really, it's literally is all the best in the world.
Yeah. Are you looking forward to playing in the final on Sunday night then, Matt?
Yeah. Can't wait for it. Yeah, just the odd game or two to play before then, isn't there?
If you get to the final, I'll come back down. I've got to go home tonight, sadly. Family commitments, so I'm here for the first day only.
It's either that or divorce, isn't it? So let's see how some of the other results are going. That's what I like about having Q score on this one. It's ideal because you get actual live scores there.
That's brilliant. It's looking like it's here to stay, this competition anyway, isn't it?
Yeah, I wasn't sure whether he was going to run it again next year or not, but from what I've heard, it sounds like he's definitely heading that way. So. Yeah, it's been well received by everybody, I think. Who's Matt Schofield getting on? 2-1 down at the minute.
He's favourite in that as well, isn't he?
He is, yeah.
With the bookies.
Only, it's a close one. I think Ben Rowland might have been about 11 to 10, maybe.
Gareth Higgins raced into a 4-0 lead.
Yeah, he's been playing well recently, as Hibbert. He's definitely one to watch this weekend. He just seems to have been getting better and better over the last sort of month or two. I mean, obviously everybody knows how good a player he is, but he just seems to have been excelling recently. He obviously had his back-to-back 147s, didn't he?
Did he really have that? Yeah. I wasn't sure if that was like genuine.
Jesus. Back to the first ever 147 and followed it up with another 147 next round.
And he's not even a snooker player?
No.
Wow.
It's some going that really, isn't it? I mean, he has been in the past, but he doesn't really play it anymore. He just focuses on pool now.
That is just insane.
Yeah. And then he got to the final of the IPA Masters.
I watched that.
Yeah.
That was where he got out a snooker.
Yeah, the top right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a nice shot, that one. He swerved it off the top rail, almost a jaw, really, wasn't it?
And then it massaged.
Yeah.
I nearly potted it.
Yeah, some shot.
Back-to-back 147s. Wow. Has he ever had a 147 before, do you know?
No, that was his first one. So he got his first one and then followed it up with another one straight after. Which is just ridiculous.
Was he actually playing someone or playing on his own? Was he actually playing someone?
Oh no, he was playing somebody, yeah. Yeah, it was in a match of some description. Actually, I watched a 147 last year, and it's the first one I've actually seen live, which is surprising.
Was it Ryan Davis?
Yeah, Ryan Davis. Yeah, 15-year-old lad knocking in a 147, which is some going.
How old was he then?
He was 15.
Was he then? Yeah.
Was he 14? No, he was 14. 14-year-old.
I watched that as well, but I watched it on Facebook and you can't see the black, can you?
No, you can't. I was watching it.
Yeah,
so
well, yeah, that's what I
actually. Yeah, I actually saw it. Whereas, it was unfortunate because the recording of it was taken on CCTV just by chance. He didn't even really know that it was on that table, and it was motion activated. Obviously, he's a quick player, so it was getting all of the break. But then when it got to the black, it was such a tricky black.
He had to play it with a rest, didn't he, from the middle of the table?
It was middle of the table, playing it with a rest, cutting it across into the corner pocket. And because of the difficulty of the shot, he took his time on this, which is unusual for him. And it was a great shot, but the CCTV cut out because it was motion activated.
I think you hear it going though.
Do you?
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, if you say he did it, I believe you.
He did. Yeah, it was a great shot as well, to be honest. I won't fancy getting it 1 in 10
no,
with a rest like
to
that.
get a
but
147.
Yeah, but he's nailed it centre of the back.
He's quite fast as well. So
yeah, he's a very quick player.
He's actually one of those that if he does make it, he could actually be one of the players that people love watching.
Yeah, people actually enjoy watching him play, I think. Yeah.
The new Ronnie.
He did okay actually earlier this year. He's done his first effort on like the Pro-Am tour, and he went to Germany and made the money over there.
Wow.
At 16, which is some going.
I remember when we first saw him play. He must have been about 4 or 5 year old when we first saw him.
Yeah, he was certainly young because he could barely see over the table. It was like, get on the box.
And his cueing action was amazing then. You could tell he was going to be good. Back to this game anyway.
Yeah, Rob's got a chance here. I thought when he left him up near the black on the top left and left Gareth, I thought he could see enough of that yellow that's near the red to maybe have a go at it into the bottom right corner, but he turned it down, so I'm guessing he couldn't. It can be a bit deceptive on the stream at times.
Yeah, it can be. You have to stand up and look.
Yeah. Thought maybe if he couldn't do that, he might have just clipped off it and left the white down towards the bottom left pocket, where there wouldn't have been much on. But it's all about those two reds, really, isn't it? If the top one sneaks through to the corner pocket, then it'd be okay, but it looks a bit too tight.
Don't think it does.
If not, you're either looking at going into him or maybe taking it into the middle once the area's freed.
Yeah, that's it. You'd have to go into the left of it.
Yeah, I mean, it must be fairly tricky because, it's a before Rob's pretty
he's
quick,
a fast
really.
player. Oh, maybe he's going for the... Could he cannon? It's a tough shot, but what about putting this red on the right of the two reds into the bottom left and coming off the side rail
into them. Going into them. It's a possibility.
It's a Mellon shot.
Yeah. Yeah, Mellons have already played it.
Just be putting in the black now.
Yeah. I mean, he has got a bit of angle on this, but I thought maybe he might have just been able to screw this in off the side rail and leave an angle on that one that's near the yellow, near the middle, and then screw down into them.
What about playing this red that is in, like cannon off the other red, which cannons off the yellow, so the red doesn't move much, and then it gives him an angle.
Yeah. Well, has he left him down on the top? Whether he has, it could be a great shot.
Landed well, that. Did he mean to do?
Yeah, he's definitely played that, yeah. But I was just wondering whether he's left him on the one that's at the bottom of the two reds. I mean, it'd be extremely tricky,
it's a
but
I
think that might be too thin. I think he might play it good.
I think he can hit that.
Yeah, he's going for a different one, so I don't think he can. That was a really nice safety shot.
Rob liked it.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Appreciation.
I mean, you can see he's definitely got an angle on this one into the middle to be able to go up and back down the table. So.
It's not a straightforward positional shot, though, is it?
It's not, but personally, I wouldn't have wanted to leave Rob in this position, but I don't know. Maybe it's not a bad option.
Well, it worked.
Into that, yeah, it certainly did. To be honest, I never thought he'd go for that angle, going round off two. I'd have thought he'd have just gone up off the top rail and then sort of down the gap between the reds. Coming back down between the reds there and
it's too much of a risk, isn't it, when he does it?
Get onto this one at the bottom, but you kind of take all in offside of the equation then, really, because worst case you're going to catch a ball. That's it.
Cannon off. You must be able to pop that into the bottom left of the yellow.
Yeah.
Why'd you be going for that first?
Yeah. slightly long on this black, won't he? But shouldn't be an issue for him, really.
Again, one to ease the nerves. Yeah, he gets it. What's that mean on the draw with Michael Hill and then FF? Does that mean they're not coming?
Yeah, it's forfeit.
Matt's 2-0 now. Matt Schofield. Chris Mellon 2-1.
No real upsets as yet, really, in terms of anybody sort of getting off to the big lead. The bookies had a lot of no bets and then a lot of sort of clear favourites in the games who would take bets on, and they're all winning at the minute.
Have they had no bets on in previous?
They've had the odd no bet, but I think because of the fact that this is a seeded one, I think it was inevitable that you was going to get a lot more no bets on this one, because of the fact that obviously you get in the first round somebody who's done really well all season against somebody who hasn't. So I think it's inevitable they were going to do a lot of no bets on it. Still got a little bit of work to do here, I mean, I suppose it's just one shot, whether you're going to leave the angle here to pot this, the ball that's at the middle of the table into the right middle and go down into that yellow that's causing him problems. Just needs to make sure there's the right angle of ears. No, it's just...
Maybe that's what he went for. It might actually...
No, he might have had a result, to be honest, but... Yeah, I thought it'd have been better if he'd just sort of like left his white sort of near the bolt line, a few inches away from the rail, and then potted that ball into the middle and just come down into the other ball. You'd have been guaranteeing yourself on the other ball into the left middle then. You'd have opened up your bad ball and you should be good, but I thought it was a bit of a gamble what he did there.
Worked out well. Yeah, you get the shout about taken off now.
Yeah, even though it probably won't affect it, you'd rather have it out though.
Yeah, definitely.
You don't have to.
Not thinking about it then.
Yeah.
It mustn't go into the back middle though. So it
mustn't
have gone into the right middle, even after he nudged it.
Yeah, maybe.
Or it's tight if he did.
Maybe it was too tempting to knock it out then, because he was perfect angle. Wow, missed that by quite a way, really.
Not left an easy opener.
No, he certainly hasn't. It might not turn down too bad again.
It's Chinesed to the only, top right pocket.
Rob looks like he's pondering this one a bit. There's not much on here for him.
Can you see that? Oh, I think you might be able to see the one into the top right. We missed that one. But Rob didn't.
Oh, nice.
What a great shot. Best shot of the game so far.
Yeah, great opener that one. Looks like Rob should edge ahead again here, really. He just keeps on staying.
Has he come a bit too far there, do you think?
He'd probably come slightly further with the lights. He might change his plan because of it, but I don't think it'll cause him much of a problem. And now he's slightly under it.
Yeah, just losing the white a little bit, but first game of the weekend, it's easily done.
Yeah. Oh. No way he's played that.
He's finally got the white under control.
Yeah, that's the last ball. A bad time to do it.
Got nice pace around the table. Yeah. Doesn't mess around.
That was certainly a nice little flick off that yellow, though, wasn't it?
He didn't mean to go far, did he?
No. Not than that. You'd never play for that when you could just cut it straight in.
Yep.
Just being asked how many stream tables. As far as I know, there's 4 stream tables today. I think you've got the main arena table, this one, and then 2 more, which I'm guessing, looks at that, Josh Kane versus Martin Hazel would be one of them, and Ben 40 versus Cole Bedford would be the other, if assuming they are doing those stream tables.
One people watching this. Wonder how many are watching it whilst we're at work.
Not wrong with that, is there?
No, not wrong with that at all. That's what I do. That's what I will be doing tomorrow, unfortunately.
Yeah, you'll catch pretty much all of it, won't you, with your job? It's nice and easy, isn't it, to watch it while you're working. It's a nice break there from Gareth.
Got to take these out, really, hasn't he?
Yeah, it should be doing.
Does that?
Yeah, and that got to the top pocket.
Top left, yeah. What, rail first?
You might just have to, just catch the knuckle a little bit. It's hard to tell, really, mate.
Yeah,
clean.
Could we go into the wire this?
Yeah, there's nothing to separate them at the minute, that's for sure.
No. So have you got in the Calcutta then?
Just myself, only because I was cheap. And
cheap?
Yeah, and the guy who sponsored me in it wanted to have a go.
So how much have you had on yourself in the Calcutta?
I only went for 200, so yeah, it's me and him 100 each.
So if you win it,
worth a punt.
How much does that become? If you win the entire
basically, the Calcutta payouts work out. It was roughly about 100 grand that they took in, I think. So call it say 90 grand. After that, then you're looking at around sort of 30,000 to the winner, 15,000 runner-up, 7,500 semis.
So
somewhere
for 100 quid, you'd win 30 odd grand if you won the event.
Yeah. Whereas, say for example, somebody who has a very good chance of winning it, like Mick, went for 13,200. So basically, for the people, the person or people, I'm assuming it was more than one, who bought Mick to make money, Mick would have to get to the final. You know, so basically, you know, if they paid 13,200 for him, they're going to get somewhere in the region of 15,000 back if he gets to the final, and then obviously 30 if he was to win it.
So
I've not seen the final payout, so I don't know exactly what the split was, but I know that the pot was somewhere in that sort of region. So
you're getting like 300 to 1.
Yeah, it's worth it. Gamble at that kind of thing.
Might have a little bet too.
Could be out first round. I could do well. I've won quite a few games here, but not made the money as yet. So maybe this is the one.
Yeah.
I was close at the last one. Just lost out narrowly to Ron and 11-10.
Yeah, a good game that.
Yeah. Hopefully I've sorted my break out a little bit more since then, because I went in off 4 times in a row against him, which you can't do against somebody like Ronan.
Which pockets were you going in off?
I went in a different pocket every time. I think I kept on trying to change the break, thinking, right, I won't go in off this time, and then went off in a different pocket.
Because when I had some coaching off Mick Hill, he said that professionals should never go in off in the middle pockets.
Yeah, you shouldn't arc it in.
I seem to going off in the middle pockets quite a lot.
Break's certainly a big thing down here, just with how good all the players are, you know, because a lot of it is one chance pool really. So, you know, although it's not all about the break, it does definitely give you a big advantage if you've got a big break, because you're just getting that extra chance or two, you know, which can make all the difference really. But
especially now with like shark rack.
Yeah, that's it. With you know that you're going to be getting good splits because of using the shark rack. You know that the tables are playing well, that the pockets are giving a little bit because they're a new cloth, so it does just make the clearances marginally easier.
Just the one problem here with the yellow on the side rail next to the middle bag.
Yeah, do you think he's going to have a go at getting into it? No.
It'd be nice if he does. Hopefully doesn't kiss the wrong side of it going off.
Exactly, yeah, that's the risk. And he's took his eye off the pot because of it. He won't be happy with that. You know, it was a missable pot, but for somebody like Rob to miss it by that kind of distance, he definitely won't be happy then. I watched a superb game in the first one of these, the first series event, and it was Rob Chilton against Tom Cousins, and it was supposed to be, it was on the main arena table, but it wasn't streamed because it had a bit of a delay, and it ended up being like really on late. Now it was like early hours really when it was played. It was just a ridiculous standard. It was just stupid.
Didn't stream it.
Yeah, I think Chilton won it 11-10 in the end. And it was just probably the best game I've seen.
No misses then?
No, it was just stupid finishes being taken out from all over the place really. Just dropped that in and played for the double on that red that's on the red, rail.
Is he going to try and get onto that after his next shot? Or the one after that?
I don't know, it's tricky this, isn't it? Because he's going to have to play a good positional shot for the red that's down near the yellows. Is he going to use unless he decides to play it cage. I mean, he might not be thinking this, but he could just flick off one of these reds and snooker it.
Yeah, he could do.
Played it quite right, but it's a good shot at these rules because of the fact that there's no total snooker, so you can't just sort of come out of it nice and gently and play onto a ball. You've got to make sure you give it a little bit, so you lose that little bit of control for sort of playing it safe really, don't you? And then if you do foul, you can pick the white up and he could put it right behind that red and pot it into the corner pocket, so it's where you do need to think a little bit more about safety. Be interested to see how. Looks like he will do. Be interested to see how Liam Dunster adapts to these roles because he's a very clever player. So it wouldn't surprise me if he's been practicing the safety aspects of this game.
Yeah. I've seen Adam Davis on mini clip pool on the phone app a few times.
Yeah, so he'll be used to it then.
Yeah.
Another quality player.
They're not exactly the same those rules.
Yeah. Looks a tight double, that, doesn't it, past the black?
Yeah. Mustn't go. Is he going for the... Would there be any point in playing this red?
Yeah, I think there would. I was just...
Putting the yellow?
Yeah. I don't know whether he's actually looked at it or not, but there's definitely a good shout for that shot, isn't there, really?
Yeah. Just...
If it wasn't for the fact that he had the bottom right covered, you could actually play that shot and screw the white back and guarantee a bit of safety, but with this, you'll just have to play it gentle and hope he gets it right. And he's played it well, hasn't he?
Don't know. Does that... The yellow to the right, does it pass? I think it passes. Tough shot to judge perfectly.
Yeah.
These are tough shots to judge.
Oh, has it gone too far? Well, he's still looking.
I think he's
it,
okay.
One
Do you put any side on this, any right hand side to bring it?
Yeah, it looks like he's getting into it, maybe. Oh. Rips in his way. Now this is where...
That would have looked great if it had worked.
Yeah, this is where not having the total snooker makes a big difference, because normally he could come off
He's
2
go
rails
pot,
and tap up behind, whereas now he's got to hit a rail, so...
Has to go for the pot. Or maybe doesn't have to go for the pot.
Yeah, just got to make sure you hit a rail, is what it's all about. But to be honest, at these rules now, you should lose in this position, really. You know, one decent safety shot here from Gareth Higgins, and it should be all over.
Free a peach.
Pretty good.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, just drop this into the middle and then it should be all over.
Yep. Two straight. Didn't have to hit it at that pace, did he?
Fired it, and I thought he'd just drop it in at a natural angle then, really. But
I think he's still alright, actually. He's got a better angle than it looked.
Gareth's first lead in the match.
Yeah,
he's been behind all the way so far.
Wonder if Kean's watching this. Puts it into context how close he got the other night now.
Yeah.
The level that he's playing at. I didn't realise, because I didn't know who Gareth was before this.
Let's have a look at some of the other scores. Schofield 3-2 up now.
3-2, cool. Every time I look at Gareth Hibbert's table, he seems to be potting a black. 7-1. Mellon's not having it all his own way. 4-3.
Oh, just gone 5-3 as you said that.
Still 4-3, man. You've got a better connection.
Schofield 4-2 up now.
Real.
Racing through the frames. It's not like the Torturer, is it?
Is that his nickname? The Torturer, not Peter Ebdon.
No, that's what it's become, the Torturer. When Liam Dunster's asking for a shot clock against you, you're definitely the Torturer.
One tough shot here. Makes the rest of it easy.
Yeah, I don't know. A tougher shot. He really needs to play, to be honest. I mean, you have to go a completely different way now. But yeah, I was going to say play for that one that's near the black. Yep. And then you're just basically dropping it in, finding that line. You're dropping the one into the bottom left, drop the one into the middle. And it's all quite straightforward, really. Oh, he's going through it off this. I'd just get rid of that. You're going for clearance. You might as well get rid of it.
He's going to have to play this top spin now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got to
top spin
do
off the
a
rail.
bit or something. It's straightforward enough, but
If it goes to a decider, is it just whoever won the lag break still?
Yeah. It just goes with lag all the way. That Mellon's just rattled another frame off there, I think. Yeah, they've actually got
good crowd.
Well, yeah, that, but they've got a shot clock counter on there now as well. Yeah. I don't know. Not seen that one previously. Because basically with the shot clock at these rules now, it's 45 seconds instead of a minute.
Okay.
And then you have one extension. When you hit 10 seconds, they call it. When you hit 5 seconds, they actually count you down. So literally, you'll be queuing, exactly. Yeah, you'll be queuing up, and they'll be counting you down on the.
So why have they got that on that table though? Because like that's the best table for the best players. You'd expect.
Yeah, but you've really, that's how everybody should be playing. You don't want people taking the time, so you should have the shot clock.
Yeah.
Ideally, you'd have the shot clock on all of them, but obviously it's not feasible. So, you get some people who they'll take a good few minutes to decide on a shot. They'll get the right shot, but they shouldn't really have that kind of time. It should be your 45 seconds. It definitely makes a difference. You do get people making mistakes because of the time pressure.
Yeah. I think sometimes when you take too long, it can put too much pressure on you as well, when you end up playing a worse shot.
You can kind of confuse yourself at times, can't you? Thinking of too many different shots and then kind of not play any of them.
And then realising you took way too long.
Yeah.
And missing because of that.
Must have been some break from Lee Washbrook then. He had about 10 balls dropped there. I thought they'd just like throw them all back down or something.
I saw a bit like that Gareth Higgins against Scott Gillespie in the last event. I think he potted 7 balls off the break.
Yeah.
And he had 3 yellows left, and they didn't land easy at all. Most of the time when you pot laws of the break, it doesn't land easy anyway.
That's it, yeah. You can kind of pot too many, can't you? Really? You're better off just potting one or two and having a nice split because you've got more options. Then.
He still dished them though.
Yeah, quality player.
Yeah, that was a great game.
What do you think he's doing with that ball on the rail? Do you think that's his last ball and he's going to have to come across the table for the black maybe or something? Or do you think he's going to...
Does that red at the top go into the... It goes into the top right, doesn't it?
Yeah, probably.
Or is he going for development?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering, because it's a tricky ball, that one on the rail, really, because it's not like you can just drop it in for the black. You'd have to come right across, wouldn't you? So you'd have to leave yourself an angle, pot it down the rail and come over to the right side of the table, which makes it quite tricky.
It doesn't go in off the red in the middle, does it?
You wouldn't play for
the
bit. No, there'd be no advantage in playing for that.
Would there be any argument for potting it into the middle and then going for the rail and screwing back up? Or is it a bit too risky that?
Yeah,
the pockets aren't as wide as you think, are they? Or potting the red in the middle and then just stunning it down the rail into the bottom left pocket and then going for the long red into the top right and then...
Yeah, to be honest, if that red does go to the top right, the one that is sat near now, you'd be tempted to pot it, get rid of these two up here, leave the angle and take the tough shot, but maybe he doesn't. Or maybe he's got a bad angle on it. It's definitely not a foregone conclusion, this clearance, anyway.
Slanted is
a
bit straight.
He's going to have to screw it back now, instead, but he's got as close as he could, which is one of the important things, because...
Makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, the closer you are, the easier it is. So just got to cue it nice, really.
So is he going for the black in the bottom right?
I would imagine so. I'd imagine he's screwing this back in the bottom right, but let's see. Yeah, nice shot.
Nice at all.
It's all about cueing really on a shot like that for his last ball, because you don't have to hit him that hard. It's just how nice you cue through it. So somebody like Mellon who cues the ball sweet, then you kind of figure he's going to do it quite easy. But then other players you're a bit unsure.
Yeah. So what seed's robbing this? Do you know?
No, I don't know, to be honest.
Now, Gareth Hibbert.
Yeah.
No messing around.
Well, that's a great split, but now down, so this is looking ominous. Those reds look fairly straightforward there, don't they?
Time for Rob to really take control now. If he gets this clearance.
Not landed perfect there, but still easy enough, really.
So what's your ball for the black here then? Would you say the ball closest to it? Last ball?
Yeah, quite possibly, because I think... Oh, wow.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Has he apologised yet?
A wry smile from Gareth Higgins. That is a major fluke, that really. I mean, assuming Ron takes these out now, you know, for 6-4 when in reality he would have definitely been looking at 5 all there because the yellows are very good as well.
Definitely.
He's trying to compose himself a bit, Rob, now after that, because I mean, he was a mile out with that shot. I'm not sure why he actually hit that. I could see from here that he had virtually no angle on it. So I thought he was just going to sort of run it through a few inches and take that ball into the middle.
Yeah.
Come down here, take these 2 out, and then, like you were saying, have the 2 up there as the last balls for black. But instead he tried to kind of force the angle, slam it in to come off the back rail. It turned out nice.
Definitely a key moment in the game, in the match.
Yeah, without a doubt, you know.
Because if he misses that, really, and Gareth clears up, then psychological edge goes to Gareth, doesn't it? But it'd be a massive blow if he does clear these, which he should do.
Gareth managed to get 4-3 up, his first lead in the match, and he's not had a shot since then.
Not done anything wrong, really.
Oh, he's just had another result there, really.
He's getting all the lucky kisses.
There's no way he's played to catch that ball.
Don't use all your luck up in the first match. Again, not far enough.
Does it go to the top?
Top left, it's got to be top left.
Surely he must have been playing for the middle there.
Definitely playing for the middle there, yeah. Does it go in the top right? Nope.
He's going middle.
All out for the middle here. Brilliant. That's what these top players do. Capitalise on good fortune.
Yellow going in at the end doesn't matter there, you know, you're fine. Since you've potted the black, you can your opponent's ball.
That's why he could take the risk on the last red, isn't it? You know, in the middle, he could. Doesn't matter how many. As long as the white doesn't go in, doesn't matter if, and the black obviously. Doesn't matter if any of the yellows go in. For our first result, 11-1, Gareth Hibbert.
Yeah.
What's Liam Pedler like then?
Liam, I don't think he's had a result yet this season, so I think it was obviously because it's a seeded draw. It was, you know, it was a decent draw for Gareth.
Chris is getting pushed.
Yeah,
6-5 against Lee Washbrook.
What's the other one there with Alex Bailey? Callum Singleton. There was no bets on Callum, but Alex Bailey's taking him closer.
So Alex a massive favourite? All the one?
No, Callum Singleton.
Oh, his favourite, yeah.
Callum Singleton's current Masters champion on the World Rules side. Ben Forty and Cole Bedford, that was a close game with the bookies and it's showing, so Ben Forty was slight favourites. Jimmy Croxton smashing it there, 9-1 up against Bash McSood.
Are there any upsets here then, would you say?
No, not really. I mean, looking at that bet that was going to have for us, you know, the favourites bet, yeah, they'd all be fine at the minute, really. But the odds were that far out, it'd rather be left there. There's Matt getting on there now. 5-3 up now. Josh Kane and Martin Hazel, that's close. I think Josh was 1-4 in that one, but Martin Hazel was a quality player from sort of years ago. Seems to have brought a few players back really this event.
Yeah,
might be one of them. You've also got Cal Morris as well, who was off the scene for a good while, and he's back in now.
He was like the world champion when we first started going down to Graham.
To Blackpool. chance here for Rob. You know, nothing Gareth can do at the minute. He's just got to stand there and watch. He's not had the chances, has he?
Yeah.
That's not a good
just seems to
shot
be
at all.
losing the white, doesn't he?
Yeah. I mean, he's way short on that one. You know, there what to be another good foot too there, really. Played that well if it holds up.
Yeah,
and it has.
perfect.
Yeah, it's a nice shot.
It's all about how high up he finishes. Nice.
Straightforward now, just a couple of drop-ins really for an easy black.
Hi Marianne, if you're listening at home.
Keeping in with the missus there.
Yeah, spying on me. Making sure I am here. Got no idea what the rules are, have you, Marianne? He pots a black, he wins the game. The frame, I mean. Nice. From 4-3 down to 7-3 up.
Sean Daly is saying go on the Sean Daly cue, but I don't know which one that actually is, to be honest. I don't know his cue. That's Rob Organ.
Yeah. Looks like a nice cue anyway. Gareth.
Yeah, he's not been able to use it much in the last few frames, has he?
Covering dust.
Yeah. 4-3 up, he's not had a shot. 7-4 down.
Been really unlucky. Quite easily be winning. If Robin got that fluke.
It's massive.
Two frames to go.
He's had two really, because if you think back to one of the earlier frames where he was cutting the ball back into the bottom right pocket and he's clipped the ball, there's no way he's played that.
Yeah, no, because he would have missed by about 2 inches.
A good way really, wouldn't he? And that's, you know, it's 2 frames that it's bought him really.
Ooh.
Oh. That's unfortunate enough.
What are you going for here then, reds or yellows?
I think it's got to be reds just because of the easier starter, effectively. You know, it just gets you straight into it. You've got the 2 reds on the left-hand side are fine because you can plant in, and the one you've hit first will just kiss that yellow and leave it on. So really, you've only got that one that's near the 2 yellows. That's a real issue. So whether he can get in behind it or whether he's got to break it out.
He's getting into that now, isn't he?
Yeah, it's on, isn't it?
Do you see how the shark rack?
It's just stopped it.
It stopped it, and then it rocked back. Yeah.
Yeah, you inevitably get that because of the fact that obviously it's got the holes in, but it only happens as it's going over it quite slow. So.
Everything's working out perfectly for him at the moment, isn't it?
It is,
getting all the little
that
nudges.
breakout shot, he played it quite hard really, and that red could have gone across and touched up onto the yellow, where it's landed, it's perfect.
Even that shot then, that red near the middle has landed. It's not been landed hampered where it could have done. It's got to be a massive confidence booster for him as well to know that he's making mistakes and getting away with it.
Yeah, and assuming he gets these, it's going to be very tough to come back against a player with Rob's standard from 8-4 down.
Sean Daly saying Rob's cue is a Sean Daly cue. Might be coming to you for a cue, Sean.
Yeah, did you make it especially short for him, Sean? That's a tiny cue.
Yeah. What size tip is it, Sean?
lost that one
The
a
white
little
again.
bit. I mean, he's still okay. You know,
He'll
you'd
pot this
expect him to
still,
get it
yeah.
all day long, but
Unless it gets
it
kicked.
shouldn't have been as tricky as it is.
No.
I noticed that last night, actually. A couple of shots I've played similar to that, where I was coming off the top rail, trying to check it, you know, and straighten it up. And a couple of times it just didn't seem to take that. It's wondering, you know, just sliding off slightly before it gets a chance to sort of really grip on it.
Not all they're not. That's the only thing. All the cloths are the same, but the rails aren't the same, are they? So you're getting different reactions off different different tables. I noticed a massive difference between table 8 and table 2 last night. Eight 4.
Another nice break.
Another nice break, yeah.
Oh, and that's definitely helped with that red just staying over the middle pocket there. I think it'll definitely be red here, won't it? And I can see another clearance on the cards here. He's really made the most of his opportunities here in the last few frames as well. That's a close game there with Greg Batten and Zach Cooper. They weren't taking bets on Greg on that game. He was that stronger favourite. It's 4-all at the minute. Been quite a long one, that. Jimmy, he's 5-4 down, in fact, now. It's Greg. Jimmy Croxton on the hill there, 10-2 up against Splash McSood.
That was a good first shot. He has had all the luck, but he's also took his chances.
Ian Ali 7-6 up against Cameron. I think Ian was another big favourite there.
Just made them look easier. Can Gareth get a ball off the break?
John Roberts saying that Rob Chilton's had so much run since 4-3.
It's true.
Which, you know, he has to be
Can't
fair.
argue.
Yeah, you know, Gareth did well. He kept himself in the match. Finally got ahead, and then he's done absolutely nothing wrong whatsoever.
No, nothing.
He's 9-4 down. You know, even his break, you can't say he's making a mistake really, because he's doing a cut break where normally you'd avoid going in off.
Yeah.
And then he's finding the way into the bottom pocket, which he just, I mean, he's been, you know, bounced into it. I mean, just, there's no way you can allow for that, really.
Do you do the cut break? I've never done one.
I can't stand it. It's not because I don't like the break as such. It's just because I'll just go off the table if I do it.
Yeah,
so
that's.
It's not
I
my
think.
favourite break at all. I'd rather just hit the top ball, screw back off it, and see what happens. But well, it's finally got a chance.
However, one problem.
Yeah.
The yellow near the black.
Yeah, and it causes
Is he
a
going for
problem
reds
for
though?
both. Exactly, it causes a problem for both sets really, because of the fact that, you know, you can go reds and that yellow stops you from getting the black, and if you go yellows, obviously you have to break it out, but I think we're going reds and just looking at breaking that out.
Yeah, get it out early, maybe.
What would be probably a nice shot, if he could get the right angle, then I could pop this, get onto the one that's into the bottom left. You could look at screwing up and into it, because you've got so many balls that you land on.
Yep.
But it's just how you see it, really.
Could do with not being hampered by that yellow.
Either that, or he could screw up towards the middle pocket just a little bit further past it and take the red at the top end of the table, and then screw it out. But he's lost the white.
A bit too far. However, he's still got backup with the 2 into the middle. Not going for it though.
There you go, Phil. Giving you the specs on that cue.
7.7 millitip.
Not sure that goes. It looked to rest on it then. Thought it was a bit of a gamble that he didn't need to take there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he took one of the ones into the middle pocket. The top one.
That's what I thought, yeah.
And then screw across, and then you're not taking any sort of risks then, really.
Yeah, I thought he was going to screw the one into the middle, the top one, and then try and get an angle where he could come into the black.
Yeah. I think he's.
This is tough.
He's really struggling now. The only shot I can see here is a big shot, but he's putting it into this bottom right, going round off 3 rails and into it. It's a big ask. Unless it goes. It certainly don't look like him.
If it goes, then that's a great shot.
Yeah. Because even dropping it over at these rules isn't really good enough.
No.
You know, so like at other rules, dropping it over wouldn't be too bad, but if that doesn't go and you're just looking to drop this over, you're almost conceding the frame, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, for me, you almost can't win this frame now.
No. So what? Snooker him.
Yeah, because once you've got the snooker, then you've got so many options, haven't you, on what you can do with it, because of the fact that you'll be able to pick the white, or you can put it behind and pot the yellow up and the black up, or you could just nudge the yellow off the rail in front of the red, play a snooker, you know, you got lots of options.
Wow, not many people could play with his cue. With that 7.7 millimeter tip. Like playing with a pin.
Yeah. And 50.5 inches rather than normal around 57.
Yeah. Like team play snooker with it. On 9 ball.
God, one shot, it'd be
goodbye
gone.
Tip.
Doesn't want the case. Still not too.
Could have been a lot worse again. Thought he was going to. If Gareth had done that shot, it'd probably cannoned into the middle.
Yeah. The only thing Rob would be disappointed with is now Gareth can still get out of this and hit a rail and leave him either snooker.
Yeah.
Very, very tricky.
Does that pot into the bottom left, bottom right? I think it does. No one is lucky, it will pot.
Well, it certainly did. He's
got to take this now.
The white through, and he's not sent it through enough.
No.
Yeah, I mean, it was a poor shot from Rob, really, the one before it, you know, where I know he got the double kiss, but to be honest, the speed he played it at, there's always that chance, isn't there?
Nice.
Yeah, he's took that well.
The only way I could see him missing that is just because he's not had many chances the last few frames, so he might be a bit rusty, but at this level, you get them every time.
Yeah, you can see Rob don't look happy with himself there, you know, for letting that frame slip,
Yeah.
because really, you know, it was massive favourite
when that happens,
once he's got down to that last ball there.
dry break here. Nice break, but a dry break that I'd open it up a little bit now. Give Gareth a chance. Swing the fortune the other way.
You're hoping for a decider.
Yeah, let's have a 10-all. Gareth likes his deciders.
There was a decider the other day against Kean. Did he?
I didn't watch it because the stream went off.
In the stream, but I thought you said JJ put the Facebook.
Yeah, well, I never saw it. I was all over Facebook looking for it, and I couldn't find it. Don't think many people could.
It's another big break there.
Yeah, very nice. Just one problem yellow here, isn't there? Touching, well, the one that's next to the red near the top of the table, but shouldn't really be a problem for someone like Rob. Oh no, it goes into the top, right, doesn't it?
It probably does, but even if it doesn't, it could get out if you wanted to. To be sort of back roughly where he is now, really. If he pops this one into the top left, gets somewhere similar, he can just run it through off the rail and nice and easy.
Has he got the right angle to do that though?
He could top it through.
Top it through with left hand side. Is that top left?
Yeah, he could. Whether he chooses to, he might just bring it out and play it slightly different.
It's fine. Crazy, isn't it? Rob's made the most mistakes in this game, but he's winning 10-5.
Yep. He's just had the most chances, really, hasn't he? Just based on the way that the breaks have fallen. Sean Daly saying, go to his Facebook page there for handmade cues. Is that what you're looking at there?
Yeah. I hope you didn't charge full price for Rob's cue. It's only like 50.5 inches long.
80% of the normal material.
Landed on that into them. I think he can get that in the middle, can't he?
He certainly deserves to be able to see it.
Yeah, he deserves some luck.
He's not much, is it?
It was kind of a miss-hit cut break though, wasn't it? Because it didn't bounce back into the pack. Do you know, they normally come off the side rail and then go back into the pack. It missed it. Ooh, didn't want to kiss that.
Yeah, it's not
might
too
still be
bad
okay.
Though, yeah, it still drops in, doesn't it?
Is that your last ball?
Ideally, it would be, wouldn't it? Yeah, you just left yourself on the rail, you drop it in, come out nicely there for the black. Yeah.
How's it getting on this bottom?
Exactly, yeah, it's all about that one. And you know, he can leave himself a nice angle now onto the one in the bottom right, but...
If you hadn't kissed that yellow, though, wouldn't he been using the yellow on the left middle to get onto that?
Potentially, yeah.
He's going to have to go for that now anyway, isn't he? No.
Coming back across, isn't it?
No legs.
Yeah, he's not hit that as hard as he would have liked. It'd have been a nice shot if he put another foot on it or something. It'd have been right, wouldn't it?
Going to have to be a long black.
Yeah, it's tricky because if he's going to have to go into the reds, there's a chance he could just flick off and snooker himself.
Yeah.
Slightly awkward this. Digging right into it. Yeah, that's what he's done.
This would be some Massey shot. Oh, swerve shot. That's a massive blow. That red doesn't go, I don't think. No, it doesn't go. Don't think it goes into the other pocket either.
Yeah. He's elected for the safety, so it's going to be calling all pockets, really. You know, you probably look at trying to sort of cut it into that pocket, but I think you'll be giving this a bit, won't you?
Wow,
you don't really know that
1 in 100 shot. Ooh, gallant effort. Ended up about as good as he could get there. Be very surprised if Gareth gets back to the table now.
Yeah, assuming he just drops this into the middle, this should be perfect, shouldn't it? Really?
A bit further,
less, but still should be fine. No,
double it for the fans.
And that's that.
Game, set, and match.
There we have it. Rob Chilton through to the second round.
Bit of
Gareth
fortune
Higgins dropping into the losers section, which will be a long way back, really.
Yeah.
It's, drops down to first to eights in the losers section, and you've had a lot of games.
Yeah.
You know, you're talking probably a good 5 games or so, maybe more.
Isn't it 11 games to win it?
In total, including all the rest, yeah, it's probably around that, yeah. So it's a tough ask, but you never know. Right.
Cheers, guys.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Hope you enjoyed watching.